All right, good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes, bienvenidos. Welcome. I'm glad everybody came out today and was able to join us for this amazing presentation that we have. And we're educating the heart, empowering the people, or EHEP as we like to call it at United Latinos. So it's a project where we're building community engagement and we're educating the community about air and the air quality in their neighborhood, and to really educate and understand what that means for you as a community. What's in my air, what's out in the environment, what is happening as a community, and what can we do to empower ourselves and really make a change, really make a difference.
Today we're at SAVA, which is the Sacramento Academic and Vocational Academy. They help give students a more unique learning style, right? They can pick what kind of classes they want, they pick how much they want to be on campus, and we partner with them because they were so willing and they wanted us to get their experience. Back in December, we led a workshop at the Newtomas location with our friends at UCD who brought their TARDA along like we have here. And we led a workshop teaching, I believe that they were freshman and sophomore students, on how air monitoring works, the importance of it, why and how it can affect your health, and what we can do to just know what's going into our lungs.
DJ, what surprised you the most from this class?
What surprised me most is how different air particles and their different sizes can go into your lungs, and how we can prevent them in a normal day situation.
Great. What's one thing you think adults should know about how air pollution affects kids?
I think they should know how it affects the growth of their lungs and what particles are going into their children's lungs and other children's.
There's a lot of different ways that our machines around us create black carbon, right? The train that we just heard earlier, it comes steaming by. It's less than a block away from the school where we have children who are maybe less inclined to be in a public setting, right? Because of their health, because of whatever they need, because of how close we are to the car shop that's over there and the other car shop that's right across the street, and then the train that's even closer, right? It's important to know what's going into our lungs, how close we are to it, and what we can do to stop it. This is the MA200, and what it does is it sucks in from this import outlet vent. It's got a tube that runs out to the external of the box, and it sucks into the machine, and this is situated inside right there. You can see the little cutout of where you change tapes, and what this device does is it sucks everything in and sucks it through almost like a filter, and that's why it's given the name a filter cartridge tape. And then whatever's left gets sealed on this, and the device then shoots a wavelength spectrum of different infrared and near infrared to detect what kind of matter it has collected on here and whether or not it is black carbon. I feel that the main reason that this is a really important issue is just because it can affect your health. And for anyone who is symptomatic, who has asthma, I have exercise-induced asthma. It's something that I keep a lookout for.
We are all breathing air, every second of the day, and we're breathing in a whole bunch of different things. One thing that we really care about is metals, because metals are really bad for your health. They can get into the sacs of your lungs, it can get in your nervous system. So all of these systems are really bad if these metals get into them. So TARDA, again, Toxic Aerosol Real-Time Analyzer, was developed with help of UC Davis, the Air Quality Research Center, San Diego State University, and we got funding from the California Air Resources Board, also known as CARB, is a state agency that is in control of the state's air pollution control laws. So this is the hose, and it sucks the metals inside the hose, and this device, essentially what it does, it electrocutes them, and it gives off like a signature. And the analysis goes into that and looks at the signature and sees which metals are being present in the air around us. In the world, there's only 10 TARDAs. So we here at UC Davis, we have 2 of them. UC Irvine also has 2, and UC San Diego has another 2. And we partner with different community-based organizations like United Latinos. We also work with other communities in Vallejo and San Bruno. But here at SAVA, we are monitoring in South Sacramento because this is a very industrious area. We have, the train, tracks nearby. Trains run on diesel. We have other industry pockets, like auto body shops. There's a lot of freeways that are connecting and running through these communities as well. And also on the main roads, there's a lot of diesel engine activity, like diesel trucks run on the main corridors, like Franklin Boulevard is an example of one. Heavy metals is usually done by the state or local level, and it's usually these really big machines that are not really portable and very expensive to make. So communities and schools don't have the opportunity to be doing heavy metals monitoring. So this is why TARDA was created, in hopes of creating a portable device that can go in different communities and sample for different types of metals and for different time frames as well.
Bueno, lo que me trajo a este evento es que siempre proveen mucha información para la comunidad sobre la calidad del aire, dan recursos para cómo mantenernos a salvo de todo lo que está pasando y también nos enseñan cómo mejorar como comunidad en términos pues del aire y todo, y dan como herramientas para cómo estar mejor. Lo que más he aprendido es cómo monitorear la calidad del aire, cómo buscar maneras como en casa para prevenir la calidad del aire, como los unificadores, los de estos aparatitos que checan la calidad del aire, y también compartir con mis vecinos, con mis familiares, para que ellos también puedan estar a salvo de todas las contaminaciones.
Well, I had attended 2 different workshops before, and I wanted to know more about the projects that were happening in Sacramento. I also have family members who have asthma and are affected by breathing issues, and so I wanted to come back and learn more about how to protect myself as well. I think it was the very first workshop because I came in not really knowing much about air quality in general. I knew that there was pollution in the air that was caused by vehicles mainly. I do work in the transportation industry, and so we work a lot with GHG, which is reducing the air pollution gases. So I knew a little bit about that, but other than that, I didn't know how else our air was being polluted, and then specifically in our communities. So it was really good to find out the different sources of pollution, and then figure out as well what we could do in our communities to reduce those, but also be aware of them.
Today we are at Max Baer Park with Bridge Network, and we are doing a community mural day. It's important because we get to engage the community, different communities as well, not just this one. Have the community come together and do something awesome, which is paint a mural.
The mural titled Heartscape. It's kind of the left to right reading between bad air and good air. It's based on air quality. So it traveled through the usual suspects, cars, fires, industry polluting the air. It reaches a center point where there's a heart. The left side is still the struggle of bad air. The right side of the heart is leaning into a park scene. Underneath the park scene of the heart is a community garden with a variety of vegetables, all the way to the right side of a bunch of students just hanging out, just enjoying the sunshine, enjoying quality of good air. Art is a powerful way to teach about the environment, air pollution, and a variety of other subjects. It reaches people in a different way. We all gather information visually. That's our highest intake of things. And seeing something that's out in your community that can communicate that message is a positive step. Murals in their inception have always been educators, created when society couldn't read, but they could know what was happening, and that art form and that message sending process is still evident today.
Air quality is something that's on a large scale. It's something that it's a huge topic around the world, and if we start start talking to people about air quality and the effects that it has, and we could try to make a safer community.
So what is air quality? Air quality can be a lot of things. It could be smog that you see in cities, or from cars, and it comes from different sources. There's natural sources and there's non-human sources like industrial, from auto body shops, from cars, from trains, even ships are at port. They also emit air pollution.
It's just important to keep your health in mind and to keep the health of the animals and plants around you, right? Because we're not the only ones that are breathing in the air. It's all of the plants, it's your animals, it's your pets, it's your kids, your newborns who have really fragile lungs. It's the elderly folks who have been going through a lot. They've had to breathe in this for 60, 70 years, and it's just getting worse.